Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'll be sharing our March 2022 monthly budget, so come along with me as I share our financial plans with you. And this month there are a couple exciting things happening, so stay tuned for those. So jumping right into the income section, first up we have is the carryover. This is money that was left over in our checking account at the end of February, and I have that blocked out for personal reasons. We did receive our state tax return at the very end of February. Our carryover is more than the $500 that we usually budget. Next up, I have my husband Noah. He works for an employer. He is salary. He gets paid twice a month, and I have his income blocked out for personal privacy. Next up, I have myself. I get paid through DoorDash, Instacart, things like that. I haven't been working as much as I would like to. My income is down about $900 from my annual budget. I'm a busy mom of two, and I don't have the time or the energy to work as much as I would like. Next up is the other section. This is for our federal tax return, which will actually, when you are seeing this video, it will be in the bank tomorrow. So I have that budgeted. I know exactly how much is coming for that. So our income for the entire month is $12,854.95. Here's what we plan to do with the money. In our expenses section, first up we have is the buffer. This is money that we need to have in our account at the end of the month to help cover April 1st mortgage. So our buffer, we are putting $500 into that. Next up we have is our mortgage. This is $492. It includes the principal, interest, taxes, and home insurance. Next up is the extra mortgage. Right now we are not paying anything extra. Our mortgage interest rate is only 2.5%, and we are just working on building an emergency fund and working on a couple other things that you will see. So as of right now, we are not funding any extra money to the mortgage. Next up is the van, and this is the first exciting thing. You will see that there's $0. There's no van payment. We are actually, when you're seeing this video, the second the money comes into the bank, I will be going and pulling it from the checking account and going to our credit union and paying off the van. So our van payment is usually $330.16, and that is no more as of tomorrow. So we have our extra van. This is the principal. This is what we need to put down to pay off the van, and that is going to be $7,131.56. So that's very exciting. Next up we have is our gas and electric. That is at $219.87 this month, which is actually the highest. We've been living here for 2.5 years in this house, and that is the highest it's ever been. Next up is the water and trash, and that is at $347.94. We pay this quarterly. This is for our water, trash, sewage, all that sorts of things. This is usually about $300, and that's up almost about $50. So that's up a little bit too. Next up we have is Cricket. This is for my phone, and that is $35 a month. Next up is our internet, and that is at $44.99 a month. It did go up. It was at $19.99. There was some kind of a benefit thing going on, and I guess a portion of it expired. I'm not really sure how it works, but the internet is up to $44.99. It is still low. Our original monthly amount is supposed to be $74.99. So I will take $44.99. I'll take whatever I can get, whatever they're doing. So next up is the dates and fun section. This is for anything we do as a family, any eating out, things like that, and I have that set at $140 for this month. Next up is gas, and that is at $300, which is insane. The gas where I live right now is about $370. It's just crazy. So I'm hoping that that's enough. We really didn't travel a lot in February, but now that it's starting to get warmer, we tend to get out of the house more, but I would like to stay at that $300 or below. Hopefully I can do that. Next up is household, and I have that at $58. Next up is the groceries, and I have that at $325. We have been eating out of our deep freezer, and I will continue to do that into March. We have a lot of food at our house, and I want to start getting through that. We also just got a Sam's Club membership a couple days ago, so we will be going and checking out Sam's this month. So if you guys have any favorite things you like to buy from there, let me know down in the comments. Next up is Hulu, and that is 99 cents a month. Next up is our credit cards. We paid everything off at the very end of February. There was no balances that carried over, so we owe nothing on those. And you will also see the second exciting news. There is no more Care credit card. I made the payment that I was going to make in February, and then I also I owed $4.92 left on the card, and with some of the money that we got back for our state return, I just went ahead and paid it off last month. The plan was to pay it off this month, but I had the money in the bank account, so why not? So that is done and gone. Next up is the miscellaneous, and we have that set at $100 this month. So our total for expenses is $9,687.35. So next up is the savings section. First off, we have our emergency fund. This is in a separate bank than all of the others. We are planning on putting in $400, and our beginning balance for that account is $713.44. Next up is my husband Noah. He gets $200. His birthday is in March, so we upped that a little bit for him. His beginning balance was $4.16, so he's looking forward to that money. Next up is myself. I am getting $50. My beginning balance is $89.93. I actually didn't spend anything in February, so I have some money saved up. Next is gifts, and we are putting $150 in there. My son Logan and my husband Noah both have birthdays this month, so I want to make sure I have enough money in there to get them the rest of the things that I need to get them. So $150, and our beginning balance is $141.85. I've already got a gift for my husband, plus he has that $200 so he can get himself whatever he wants. And I already have some things bought for Logan, so I just need a few things. And then plus, we are actually going to Chicago in the beginning of April. That is supposed to be part of my husband's birthday gift as well, so we should be set there. Next up is our subscription and membership savings fund, and we are putting $18 in there, and our beginning balance is $37.01. Next up is car insurance. We're putting $150 in there, and our beginning balance was $393.30. I had heard we are supposed to be getting some sort of payment back, like $400 per vehicle. I think it's coming in March. I did not put it in the budget because I'm not exactly sure when it's coming, but if it does come, I think I'm planning on putting it right back in the car insurance fund, and then I will just stop funding it for a few months because we pay it again in July. We just paid it in January, and our payment every 6 months is about $800. So we will be set on car insurance for about a year or close to a year. Next up is the car repairs, and that is $80. Our beginning balance is over $1,000. I like that. It seems there's always something that breaks, so I really like having that money there when we need it, and we will need tires on our van soon, so I'm glad that money's there. Next up is Christmas. We are starting to fund this now that we have some debt getting paid off, actually all of our debt except for our mortgage, so we're putting $50 in there this month. Next up is clothes for my son Jonah. We're putting $10 into his fund, and his beginning balance is $112.70. My son Logan is getting some money in his clothes fund, $14, and he is at $51.40 to start. My husband Noah is getting $25, and his beginning balance is $25. Next up is my clothing fund. I'm putting $25 into that, and my beginning balance is $58.73. Next up on the list is home maintenance, and that is at $965.60. Beginning balance $363.98. We are planning on taking a trip to IKEA, possibly getting a new sink, some new cabinets, maybe some flooring. We're not exactly sure what we're going to be doing this month, but for sure a new sink at the very least. So I'd like to have some money there for things that we want to buy. Also, we need to save up this fund for emergencies. I'm thinking that our water heater is not going to last for much longer. So it would be nice to have the cash to pay for that when that goes. Next up is the kids fund. We're putting $100 in that. That is for things like diapers, toys, miscellaneous things that they need, wipes, all that kind of stuff. Next up is medical, and that is at $40. I already know that we're not going to be putting the full $40 into the savings fund. We have already spent some. Actually, today we had a little bit of a copay for a dentist. Next up is our pictures fund, and we're not putting anything in that. We have $193.01 in there. That is for professional family pictures that we would like to have done this year. So I'm just saving the money for when the time is right. Next up is vacation. Our beginning balance is $0. I spent all of our money. I was booking a vacation. I booked some flights to Arizona. I also booked a hotel for Chicago. The only thing I need to book is the hotels for our Arizona trip. We will be taking that trip in September. So that's what this $800 is to help cover that. And then there'll be extra left to just sit in the fund for some more fun things that we do in the summer. Next up is our taxes. This is money that I save out of what I make for DoorDash and Instacart, Grubhub, all that kind of stuff. And that is at $90. So I have $158.12 in that account. So our total savings for the month is $31.67.60. You can see that we have a zero-based budget. That means all of our income minus all of our expenses, and our savings equals $0, so we know where every single dollar is going to be going. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Let me know down in the comments what your financial goals are for this month, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.